Hello, blessings, and welcome to Breath Visualizations and Meditations. What we are exploring this evening is a way to be conscious with your breathing, and it's a new way that bypasses particular techniques of breathing, so you can breathe however you like. What's new and expansive about this is that you are going to be exploring tuning in to universal energy and creating a rapport, creating a communion between yourself, your body, through the technique of breathing. And remember, you can breathe any way that you choose. What's different is that you are including with your awareness the fact that you exist in the universe and the fact that the universe is filled with a wide variety of wondrous energies. So you are going to be using the powerful natural mechanism of breathing to connect with the natural energies of the universe. Now, you might be wondering, well, maybe you have done meditations of various kinds where you envisioned energy, and we will be doing some of that. The powerful key difference when you link what you visualize to the in-breath and the out-breath, you are literally taking into your system a richer quality of energy than you ever could by merely imagining it. Now, the reason for this is that when you go really deep into the study of your system, there is a connection between your breathing and all the deep levels of mind. There's a connection between breathing and your body because you literally need air. But on a deeper level, your spirit that also lives within you needs the deeper consciousness of the universe, and it's amazing how you can bring it more deeply into your body when you literally breathe it in. Now, you might wonder, how is the energy of the universe going to get into me? Because all I'm doing is breathing air, so I must simply be making it up when I imagine that I'm breathing in universal energy. But no, there are many levels to everything. What you will discover for yourself is that when you breathe in universal energy in the way that we will be exploring, you are bringing into the cells of your body an energy that ordinarily might not be there. But it's an energy that should be there because it is rejuvenating, transforming, healing, universal energy. So, let's start. Tune in to your body. Tune into your body from your head to your toes and just get a sense that you are you and you are breathing however you are breathing. Totally fine, however you breathe. Now, start to look around the room and recognize you are here in this environment right now. But then, look a little bit more deeply. Just open up the imagination a little bit more and start to notice that there is a subtle sparkle in the room. When you choose to tune into that subtle sparkle, even if it seems at first that you're making it up, you are literally accessing the chi or prana in the room. Now, it's a really powerful thing when your mind is able to tune into something and when you link that to a physical process, in this case, breathing. So, if you would, tune into that sparkle. It's a subtle shimmer. It might seem that you're making it up, but tune into it and just imagine, what if I could breathe in some of those sparkles? And let's start with that. Tune into the sparkles, even if it seems that you're making them up. Breathe some of those sparkles into your nostrils. Breathe it into your body. Never mind what happens to the sparkles, because your body knows what to do. Your body is smart. Start to breathe in the sparkles and start to ask yourself, what would happen if I breathed in the sparkles that are immediately in front of my face? And so breathe those in. And then ask yourself, what would happen if I breathed in the sparkles that were a little bit further out from my body? Some of the sparkles that are swirling in their own subatomic, wondrous way in the room. And if you're wondering, well, how does one inhale something that is across the room? This is what is worth exploring here. Just notice what occurs. You tune into the sparkles anywhere in the room and just ask yourself, what would happen if I could inhale those sparkles right now? And this is good training for some things we will be doing shortly. But for now, breathe in the sparkles in front of your nose, breathe in some sparkles a little bit across the room, at any distance in the room. And at the moment, it might just seem that you're making some things up, and that is okay. You are getting familiar with this. So, you breathe in, and you exhale. You breathe in sparkles, and you exhale. And you keep doing that gently and easily, and you start to notice something. One thing you might be noticing, and it's not just that you are giving attention to your breathing, you are bringing a deeper quality of life energy, chi or prana, if you will, into the body, because you have shifted the energy frequency that you are breathing at. You're breathing on a different octave. You're breathing in sparkles. You might feel a subtle tingle in the body. You are not imagining it. You're not imagining that because you are bringing in richer chi, richer prana. We're ready to take this to the next level. Tune into any part of your body that feels tight or stagnant and ask yourself, what would happen if I made way for more chi, more prana in that part of the body? And the way you're going to do that, tune into the sparkles in the room, and you breathe them in, and you direct the sparkles to that part of the body that has been tense or stuck, or perhaps not feeling vital. Whatever it is, you bring the sparkles in. And we haven't really mentioned what happens when you exhale. You exhale whatever you exhale, but use a bit of intention. Exhale stagnant energy. Exhale the stagnant chi that you do not need. Trust your imagination, trust your intuition. Simply let that stagnant energy go, however you sense it. Some people feel it, some people see it, and some people just imagine it. So whatever it is, you let the stagnant energy go. That brings an overall tingle to the body. And now you're starting to get connected between your essence and the divine essence of the universe. Now, I'm calling chi or prana divine because it is a gift, so to speak, of the creative force that created the universe. But everybody has individual choice about how much of that they receive. And so a big element in what we're doing is that you are making a conscious choice to do something. And that's fine to make that choice. To make the choice that something is in the universe and you are allowed to receive it. So in this case, you are receiving life energy. Now let's talk a bit more about this infinite universe that you are tuned into. The infinite universe, by definition, it's infinite, so no limits. That means that you exist in this infinite universe and you are capable of breathing in the cosmic energy, the life energy that exists throughout the universe. Now, something wild and wonderful to consider here is that when you breathe in any energy that you choose to breathe in. You could, therefore, breathe in from the universal field of life energy. Consider the possibilities. You could breathe life energy from your immediate environment, but you could breathe life energy that exists anywhere on the planet. You could breathe in life energy that exists anywhere in the galaxy or anywhere in the universe. But to keep it simple, just get a sense that when you breathe in universal energy, you are breathing in the basic wave or the basic vibe of the entire universe. But of course, you breathe in the amount that you need. In other words, don't be concerned that you're going to breathe in too much universal energy and you won't know what to do with it. It's almost like having an abundance of something, but you can spend a little bit at a time. So you have this abundance of life energy, but you breathe in a little bit at a time so that you stay in balance and so that you feel comfortable. Now, get a sense of what that infinite universal life energy might look like. You could imagine it, if you wanted to, as a universal grid, three-dimensional grid, and you, of course, are right in the middle of that universal grid. And so just tuning into it that way, even if it seems that you are simply imagining it, you are positioning yourself right in the middle of this cosmic universal grid, and you are gently aware of your breathing. So you are breathing in from this universal grid. Now, the grid itself, the universal grid, has its own cosmic vibration. So when you breathe in from that, you are breathing in a deeper level of cosmicness, let's call it, deeper level of cosmic consciousness than you ordinarily do. So just notice what it feels like. Tune into that. You're breathing in from the universal grid, and you're exhaling. But where do you exhale to? Now here's the interesting thing. You are exhaling back to the universal grid. Now, an important point to make here with exhaling. As you know, when you exhale stale energy from yourself, stale air, energy that you do not need. But some people have a concern that they are going to be exhaling bad energy, and they don't want to do that. But sorry, you can't not exhale bad energy. It's just the way everything works. Now, the good news is that the universe is not judging you for exhaling. It's all part of the ecology, so to speak, of the universe. It's natural recycling. So the universe wants to give you fresh new energy, and the universe lovingly receives the stale old energy that you exhale. And that's true whether you exhale old thoughts, old emotions, old physical toxins, stale air. Whatever you exhale, it's part of the universal recycling system. So you can be at peace and you can proudly inhale and proudly exhale, and you know that you're loved and you're okay. All right. Now, tune into that universal field of energy. I called it a grid earlier, but we could also call it a field of energy. And notice that when you sense into it, it has a presence. It's almost as if when you tune into the universal field, you are tuning into a really super deep level of cosmic consciousness itself. And start to notice that quality, the cosmic consciousness quality, and get a sense that you would like to breathe in some of that cosmic consciousness. Now just breathe in a little bit. Breathe in a little bit so that you get used to it. Don't force anything on yourself. Just because it's good doesn't mean that you should have too much. Just have the right amount. So gently breathe in, gently breathe out, and start to receive that universal wave of presence, the universal sparkle. Get a sense that it's just you in the middle of the infinite universe, and the universe is all love and kindness, and it wants you, in particular, to participate, to have the positive energy that the universe is made of. It's for you. And of course, you can take your share because whatever you receive from the universe is not taking from anybody else. All the trillions of souls in the universe are free to, for themselves, receive all the life energy that they would like. And the universe creates it in infinite amounts for everybody. So breathe it in and then breathe back to the universe. Now, I want to mention that if in any part of your body you are trying to repress the exhale, here's a visualization that will help you. Tune into your body and get a sense that your energy centers are able to breathe in and breathe out. So let's start to include energy centers when we talk about breathing. So now the breathing is going straight into the chakras or energy centers, and it is exhaling from there too. And this means that you are able to receive deep energies from the universe in the deep essence of you. So tune into your energy centers. If you want to keep it really simple, if you're wondering, well, exactly where are they? Tune into your belly, tune into your pelvis, tune into your heart, tune into your forehead. Get a sense that the basic areas of the body have energy centers, vortexes in a way, and these vortexes are able to send and receive. So the vortexes or chakras of your body are now receiving the cosmic consciousness of the universe. Now you breathe it gently in, and notice that even though cosmic consciousness sounds like a big concept, it's a very simple energy. Let all of this be simple. Breathe it in with ease and smoothness and gentleness. Breathe it into your chakras and you breathe it back to the universe. Breathe it into the chakras and you breathe it back to the universe. I want to address a question about what gets released. You don't have to consciously understand what you are releasing. It's not necessary to keep a catalog of what you're letting go of, just as when you're throwing things out in the trash, you don't have to scrutinize them with a magnifying glass. If you feel that you are exhaling something and it feels that you're exhaling something old or stagnant, that's all you need to know. Sometimes you will literally see, oh, that was that energy from some particular situation, or that was a particular toxic whatever. But generally, you don't need to know the details, and it doesn't matter. So just breathe the fresh energy in and let go whatever spontaneously needs to release. Just release it back to the universe. To address another issue that often comes up, when you exhale in this way, you are not creating a mess in your environment. Here's why. You are tuned in to the frequency of the universal grid. You are not simply dumping stuff into the room. You're not dumping it into your neighborhood. You are releasing it back to the universal grid. And remember, the universal grid is everywhere. It's on a much higher frequency than the material plane. But here's the amazing thing. The universal grid is completely woven into, it's integrated with the material plane, but when you tune into the universal grid, in a way, you're not stuck with earth plane limitations. Anyway, relax with your exhalation, and relax with your inhalation too, for that matter. Now, let's take this even deeper. Let's imagine a little microscope, and let's imagine these sparkles of universal chi or prana that fill up the universe. And let's get acquainted with these little particles, with these little sparkles of universal chi. Now, use your imagination here. It's totally okay to imagine this. Imagine that you are looking through a magical microscope and you are looking at little particles of cosmic universal energy. And let's look at one or two of them under that magical microscope and get a sense that the particles of life energy are alive almost as if they were, here's a good comparison. When you think of the fish in the sea, you have the really big, more advanced fish, and you have the really simple plankton and the really simple single-celled creatures like spirulina and chlorella and things like that. So get a sense that in the same way that you have single-celled sea creatures, get a sense that that kind of consciousness, in a way, characterizes the particles, the individual particles of universal consciousness. So tune into those and realize that when you breathe in, you are participating with a living consciousness. It's not simply something out there. It's not a thing. It's not an it. It's living conscious stuff, living consciousness, if you will, much in the same way that you are living consciousness. So there's something that you, in your essence, have in common with the universe. And when you are aware of that fact, when you are breathing, it lets you breathe in a much deeper way. It's very profound because you're breathing in something that's very much like your essence. Now that opens up a new possibility that you are having an exchange with the universe, and something of the universe is very much like you, and something of you is very much like the universe. So it's a kind of communion or rapport where you recognize I am the universe in a unique expression, and the universe is a unique expression of me. And you can say this without being egotistical because every person can legitimately say this. Every person can breathe in universal energy and have their own profound communion with the universe. Now, something amazing here with breathing. When you breathe universal consciousness, that living consciousness, into yourself, it somehow attunes itself to you. And that means that the life energy that you breathe in from the infinite universe, the instant it flows into your aura and into your body, it becomes tuned like a magic tuning fork, tuning it more to you. Now, of course, somebody else doing exactly the same procedure, it tunes to their personal energy. So what that means is that the intelligence of the universe, those amazing particles of consciousness, you are receiving some of their cosmic truth, but they are also automatically shifting their cosmic consciousness to be in highest alignment with you. So you can breathe the divine essence of the personal you into your body by breathing from the universe. Amazing concept to play with. You're breathing in universal consciousness that happens to be specially tuned to your deepest truth, your deepest divine truth. Now, maybe the reason that's so is that here's a cosmic thing to consider. At your deepest essence level, you are pure universal consciousness. At your deepest essence level, you are the universe in your own individuated form. So, something to play with. It's something, amazingly enough, that sounds mystical, but it's being linked to a basic physical process of breathing. And so this is experiential mysticism. This is something that's no longer mysterious. This is a mystical truth that people describe in poetry, and ancient saints talk about it, but you are breathing it in and making it part of yourself. Now let's tune into the physical body. Let's include that in our imagination. So what happens, do you think, when you breathe cosmic particles in and you are aware of the cells in your body? So tune into that right now. Tune in to the cells in your body. Just imagine them. And let those cells start to receive the particles of light from the universe. Let your cells receive the particles of light from the universe. Now, in the same way that you, with your lungs, were receiving energy and exhaling, and in the same way that your chakras, your energy centers, were receiving life energy and then exhaling stale energy back to the universe, you are now tuning into your cells. And so, naturally, your cells are going to receive the particles of light from the universe, and naturally, your cells will exhale. Now, if you're wondering, okay, I know how my lungs exhale, how does a cell exhale? So once you get the visualization, it will be very easy to do. What you do is tune into one cell, just one little cell under your magical microscope, and imagine that you're breathing in and that one cell of yours is receiving the particles of light. Nice. Brings in the light, starts to enliven the cell. Now the cell exhales, and so stagnant energy simply releases from that cell. It's that simple. When you want a cell or anything, really, to exhale, you simply let whatever is stagnant release outwards with the idea that it is going back to the universal field of energy. Remember, the universal field of energy knows how to recycle the energy. It knows how to recycle the energy, so don't hold back on releasing negative vibrations or old emotions or anything. Or in the case of cells, toxicity or old stuck energies, whatever they may be. You let them exhale from the cells. So do that. Makes you look brighter, more focused, more in command of your reality. Interesting little point here. When you think of the universe and you think of how vast it is, it's easy to feel insignificant or lost compared to the vastness of the universe. But as I hope you are experiencing right now, you are grounded in your body, you feel safe, you feel collected, you feel secure. The vastness of the universe is becoming something that is safe for you, because when you tune in at this universal level, you realize that you can choose how you interact with the universe. And it's almost as if, because you are having this exchange with the universe seems more immediate. The universe seems more friendly and comforting and real. Vast though it is, you can bring it in your consciousness to a scale that you can work with. And so, yes, the universe is vast, but it is also friendly and available and here for you. So breathe in any amount from the universal essence that feels safe and appropriate to you. And in the same way that you could unburden yourself with a trusted friend, you can unburden your energy to the infinite universe. You can unburden the stagnant energy from your chakras, cells, or from your mind, and exhale that back to the universe. Now, let's tune into specific applications. Some of the applications that people have expressed an interest in are, what do you do with hurt emotions? What do you do with stuck thoughts about certain people or certain situations? And how do you release those? Now, probably, if you are feeling hurt emotions or stuck thoughts, you probably feel where in the body you experience those. And so you might notice that for many people it's the shoulders, for many people it's the heart or the stomach or the neck or between the eyebrows. You know where you are holding these stuck energies. So, how do you deal with breathing in this context? You tune into you. And even if you have stuck energy in a particular part of the body, throughout this breathing process, be aware of your entire body. Now, in that entire body, there is a particular part that's holding some stuck emotions or thoughts about something or someone. You know where that place is in your body, and you begin to gently inhale universal particles of light. And if you want, you could imagine them as universal particles of love and light, and you inhale them into that part of the body. Don't push, don't force, just gently inhale them, and gently exhale stagnant energy from that part of the body back to the universe, back to the universal grid. And the universal grid, remember, is not judging you. So you freely breathe into that part of the body, inhale, as if that part of the body is able to absorb with the ease that you breathe through your nostrils. What if that ease in breathing could be done by any part of the body? So you breathe in to that part of the body. You breathe the universal particles into that part of the body, and you exhale whatever is stuck there back to the universe. You exhale gently and gradually back to the universe. Now, why gradually? If you think that you're going to breathe in and breathe out once and everything will clear out, it's probably not going to happen quite like that. More realistically, you breathe in a little bit of energy, it starts to free up the stagnant vibrations in that part of the body. You exhale a little bit of stagnant energy. You breathe in a little bit more, exhale a little bit more. So, as with so much that you experience in metaphysics, layer by layer, bit by bit, you just peel away the layers. As they say, peel away the onion layers. So you do that gradually. Now, you might wonder what happens if, as you start to release the layers, it feels uncomfortable or it seems that it's getting stagnant or stuck. That is a plateau. It is a temporary situation. What it calls for is being mindful, loving yourself, not judging your process. So, if you feel that you're breathing in and breathing out and nothing is happening, be a little bit creative. Here's how you can do that. Tune into those particles of universal energy and imagine that the particles are getting a little bit more powerful or a little bit more capable of dissolving whatever you want to dissolve. So just pretend that you're tuning into the universe. It's an infinite universe, infinite capacity. So let yourself breathe in some more effective particles that can dissolve things more quickly. So you breathe those in to that part of the body that has been challenged, or that part of the body that is holding old emotions or thoughts. Also, maybe it would help if, as you exhale, imagine that you are saying goodbye to the old experience, saying a friendly wave, a friendly goodbye to the old emotions, the old toxins, whatever they are. And of course, in saying goodbye, that symbolically says to them, okay, it's okay for you to leave. It's okay for you to release from my body. It's okay for you to release from my mind. No judgment, but it's time for you to release. Time for you to release back to the infinite light. Good. That looks better. You look brighter. Excellent. I want to address a question about feeling somewhat tense or tight as a result of doing this. There are several things happening here, and this is a very common thing. When you are releasing tension, it clears the space within you so that you can bring your attention into the body more easily. And often what happens is you feel tensions that you did not know were there. Now, the fact that you feel them does not mean that the process is not working. Actually, the process is working very excellently. You are clearing the patterns and you are getting more conscious. So, what do? When you feel that there are other layers that might still be uncomfortable, you gently breathe into them. Now, I've mentioned the word gentle several times because if you try and force the breathing through, that will create tension. This is a process where you are letting the power of the universal energy do its work. You are choosing to breathe universal energy gently into layer after layer after layer in any part of the body, and you are gradually melting the blocks. One thing I'm noticing in cases where there is a bit of tension, you did not realize how powerful the process is. You started to release energy back to the universe, but some stagnant energy got stuck maybe at the surface of your body. It was releasing from deep in the body, and it didn't fully release, and maybe it got stuck in the aura. So, what you are going to do, tune into the environment immediately around you, and tune into your hands, or simply imagine your hands if you like, and lift any stagnant energies that released from deep within you, lift them out of the room, hold them in cosmic consciousness, and then fling that heavy stuff away and see it and sense it dissolving. And do that several times. Lift the heavy stuff out of your space, hold it in cosmic consciousness, let it go. Once again, lift heavy stuff out, hold it in cosmic consciousness, say goodbye to that stuff, release it in that light. And really get a sense that when we talk about light, it's not like a little flashlight. It's the infinite particles of universal consciousness. I want to talk about them for a moment because you're working with them, and it's good to know as much about them as possible. When you are tuning into the particles of consciousness, you're tuning in at the basic level of just perceiving that they are particles. Each one of those particles is itself a universe. That tells you how powerful and amazing they are. Now, do not be overwhelmed by this recognition that each particle of universal consciousness is a universe unto itself. Recognize that you can always tune into the universe in a manner that is safe and appropriate for you. But when you want to tune into the universe in a way that can dissolve something, then you want to know how powerful cosmic consciousness really is. You want to recognize that each one of those innocent-looking particles of light, those shimmering particles that you sometimes see on a clear day when you look up at the sky, as if the sky was filled with trillions of particles of light. That shimmering vibration that you see, each of those particles is universal energy. And if you tune in and really ask, what is this universal energy made of? You find it is universes within universes in each particle. So you can easily imagine, let yourself tune into this. When you want something to dissolve, you release it to the universal field, the universal grid, and you tune into that capacity of every particle to be its own universe. And you ask those infinite number of tiny universes to dissolve the stagnant energy. They easily do that. There is so much vast intelligence, love, and presence in the universe. It is easily capable of dissolving something. So when you want that assistance, the universe is there for you. Just a word about the infinite universe. There's a tendency to think of the universe as being big. Any point in the universe contains the love and the wisdom of the entire universe. So what that means is when you were thinking of the infinite universal grid, you might have been thinking of something that was miles away from you. that was kilometers away from you. But realize the infinite universal grid exists in your body. It exists in the room where you are right now. So the universe is not something out there. The universe is something everywhere. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because when you breathe with the conscious awareness that you are made of universal substance and the room that you are in is made of universal substance, you can tune into the deeper qualities of that universe, the love, the wisdom, the creativity, the infinite possibilities, the healing. You can tune into that and know that it's not just an idea. It's something that is tangible. It's something that exists. It's something that exists all around you. It's something that exists within you. A question comes up, what happens if you are breathing into various chakras? If there is a chakra blockage, can you use a breath visualization to address that? The answer is most definitely. Now, everybody has some chakras that are a little bit more conscious than others. So tune in to your energy centers. Find anything, any place in your energy centers that seems a bit blocked. Okay. Now, what do you do? First of all, because the blockage is there, that means there's some resistance on some level. So you are not going to push. You are not going to force this. Tune in to the universal energy that is all around you. Tune into those particles of light and gently breathe some of those particles of light, not too many, into that challenged chakra place, and gently exhale out to the universe just a little bit of that stagnant energy. Think of this as something that you're going to work with deliberately but gently, meaning layer by layer. So you peel away a layer of chakra blockage, exhale it back to the universe, breathe in a little bit more light, exhale. As you do that, if the negative ego is saying, oh, this is too slow, thank it for sharing, and keep on doing your chakra breathing. No judgment. It takes as long as it takes. And give yourself credit every time you feel any degree of shift, any shifting consciousness, any shifting energy. That's great. Celebrate when you experience that. You're doing great. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Now, we talked about breathing into chakras. Let's talk about breathing into different parts of the body. A really good thing to do, anytime you want to be grounded, a really good thing to do is to breathe into and out of the soles of your feet. The reason for that is that in the same way that you've been breathing in, you've been inhaling and exhaling to the universal grid, there is cosmic consciousness in the center of the planet. And when you do an exchange of energy between the center of the planet and the soles of your feet, you can release stagnant energy. The cosmic energy easily transmutes and easily recycles the stagnant energy that you release from your feet. And when you breathe in that life energy, the nature energy, the energy of air, earth, water, fire, when you breathe that in from the center of the planet and you breathe it through the chakras in your feet, when you breathe it right into the soles of the feet, you are giving your entire physical body, you're giving the tissue of your body an experience of being plugged in to life energy on the planet. It's very healing and very stabilizing. So let's try that now. Earth energy breath meditation. You gently breathe in and you inhale from the center of the earth, gently inhaling into the soles of your feet. And then you gently exhale back to the center of the planet, exhaling out the soles of your feet. It's really empowering, by the way, to know that you can breathe in and breathe out of any part of your body, because that liberates you to be your own healer. It frees you to recognize that if something is stuck, you can unstick it. If you need fresh life energy somewhere, you breathe it in there. So once more, from the center of the planet, breathe up, inhale, into soles of feet. Let the wave of energy gently sweep through the body. Now gently exhale back to the center of the planet. That lets everybody feel more safe, more grounded, more stable, more focused. Now this time when you breathe in from the center of the planet, use your imagination and imagine that you are tuning into the sparkles of intelligence, the sparkles of love, the consciousness that lets a tree be a tree and lets the ocean be the ocean, that kind of natural intelligence. Sense the sparkle of that intelligence in the center of the planet and gently breathe into the soles of your feet. Inhale that natural intelligence of the planet, the intelligence to have trees and flowers and birds and animals and people and everything. The basic essence of all that, what do they have in common? It's a basic living consciousness on this planet. So you breathe that in, you breathe it out, and when you breathe it out, you exhale out of the feet. You exhale out of the feet. That's good. Now do that at your own pace, breathing in, breathing out of the soles of the feet. And you might notice something interesting as you do that. You might find that your feet feel somewhat bigger. Now, of course, they are not literally bigger, but they are more conscious, they are more alive. You also might find that everything seems to have slowed down. Yes, because you're not so much in your head. The body energy is now balanced between the upper body and the lower body. Another wonderful thing happening is that you are releasing stagnant energy out of your feet. And it's very much like releasing stagnant water in a tub. You open the drain, the stagnant water releases out, and then everything is clear again. Everything is clean again. This is a really powerful technique because on this earth plane, however advanced we become spiritually or mentally, we are still living in bodies, and there are still basic things that are always going to be true. And one of them is that we are connected to the center of the earth whether we realize it or not. Another thing that's always going to be true is that whenever you have stuck thoughts or stuck emotions, it is going to affect the body. The physical body is affected when your thoughts are stuck or when your emotions get stuck in something. So if you want to unstick your thoughts and emotions, you want to be able to clear the drain in the tub, so to speak. You want to be able to release stagnant energy out of the soles of your feet. You're doing that for the sake of your body's health. You're doing it for the sake of your mind and for the sake of your emotions. Now, there's a spiritual connection to all of that, too. When you are able to release stagnant energy out of your body is a more balanced vehicle to house your spirit. So there's a spiritual benefit to releasing stagnant energy out of your feet. It puts you in harmony with the earth plane. It puts you in harmony with your body, your emotions, your thoughts, and even your soul. Now, we are going to do an esoteric technique, but it's very easy to do. We have been talking about you being in communion with the universe. Now, there was a hint earlier that you, in fact, are made of universal substance. So here's where we're going with that knowledge. Tune in now to the core of your body. You could imagine your core as the vertical column of light that runs through the whole body. Now get a sense that that core is made of universal sparkles. Now, frankly, when you tune into anything in the universe, you find universal energy there because everything is made of universal energy. Everything is in and of the universe. So you are tuning into your core right now and tune into the sparkles in your core. Now, we're doing a breathing meditation. You are actually going to breathe into every cell in your body. You're going to breathe from the sparkles in your core. So you are tuning in now to yourself as a cosmic resource. Just let yourself imagine this. Don't let your linear mind try and figure it out. Just play pretend. Just imagine. You are tuning in to your vertical core. You're imagining the sparkles that are in that universal core, and you are breathing your own sparkles into your body. You are using yourself as source. You are source for your breathing meditation. Now, if you're wondering, well, what do you exhale to? You have a choice. You can exhale back to that universal core and let the light in the core dissolve whatever needs to be dissolved. You can let that happen. Or you can exhale out to the exterior universe and let the exterior universe dissolve everything. Once you get the hang of this, it's very simple to do. Once again, tune in to your vertical core. Get a sense of the energy, the sparkling life that exists there. And begin to breathe into your body as if the tissue of your body, the cells of your body, the glands of your body are receiving from this light in your core. And then you exhale, and you exhale either back to your core or you exhale back to the universe that is all around you as the universal grid. So breathe in, breathe the sparkles in, exhale. Breathe the sparkles into your cells. Exhale. Breathe the sparkles in. Receive them. Notice how alive you feel. Exhale. Splendid. That cleared a lot of stagnant energy. It brought some things up to the surface. Some of the stagnant energies did not fully release. And of course, what you always do in a case like that, and make it a policy whenever you do a visualization or meditation to do a bit of release work afterwards. You lift any stagnant energies out of the room or out of your aura. You hold them in the universal light. You tune into the true power of those particles of universal light, the power to transmute energy. You let the energy go. Once again, reach into the aura, into the room, release the stagnant energy, lift it out, hold it in the particles of infinite light, recognize their power to dissolve negative or stagnant energy. Let it go. Good. Now you look more grounded and you look more clear. Now, when you recognize that in your core you are made of universal energy, and when you recognize that you can receive from that source, that clears up some spiritual confusions that many people have. Many people have defined themselves as human beings in a universe that is somehow spiritual, as if spirit is outside of them. So from now on, recognize that whatever spiritual qualities you imagine the universe to have, well, that is within you also. And whatever capacities you imagine the universal energy to have, those capacities are the essence of your being. Those capacities and qualities characterize you as much as the infinite divine universe. Likewise, many people have given power away to persons whom they name as enlightened. Now, all respect is due to people who have attained something spiritually, but honor that the enlightened energy does exist within you. Now, the reason we're talking about this topic on the evening that we are speaking about breath meditations is that you want to be able to literally absorb into the cells and tissue of your body the enlightened energy of the universe. And what's more, you want to be able to literally absorb into the cells and tissue of your body the enlightened energy of you. So when you tune into your core and you sense the light there, or the love, or the wisdom, or maybe you sense waves of energy or sparkles or warmth, when you tune deeply into that and start to breathe it into your tissue, you are actually conveying something that lives on one cosmic dimension of yourself into the physical level of the self. Now, you might be wondering, well, do I have to do that? No, you don't have to do it, but if you are on a spiritual path, if it is your goal to be able to bring cosmic consciousness to this body, to this reality, to this earth plane, well, help is at hand because the cosmic part of you is the universal energy part of you. The same high quality of energy that exists in enlightened people, the same high quality of energy that exists in the universe, it exists in those cosmic sparkles that exist within you. And you are empowered now to literally tune into those and breathe them in. You literally breathe them in. Now, why is it important to do that? It's not only important for healing, but every time you do that, it creates more unity between the spiritual, cosmic part of you and the basic, earthly, material part of you. You could say it brings heaven to earth. You could say that it gives you darshan. And now, darshan, as you may know, the Sanskrit word that means the glimpse of the enlightened person. So the idea is that when you are around somebody who's spiritually tuned in, when you are in that person's presence, something wonderful happens. And so what you're starting to discover here is that by tuning into the universe and by tuning in to your essence, you are accessing the enlightened universal energy within yourself and within everything. Now, when you breathe that in, it actually becomes part of you. This is a metaphor that will help explain this. When you eat food, it becomes part of you. When you breathe in air, it becomes part of you. When you drink water, it becomes part of you. So when you breathe into your cells, when you breathe into yourself, it becomes part of you. Now that's really powerful because that means that you could literally consume the food of divinity, the food of divinity. The divinity of your own divine nature becomes food for the cells of your body when you breathe it in. It means that the source, the divine source, can be found within you, can be found within the universe, it can be found within the earth. Now get a sense that as you do this breathing, it's benefiting you, but it's benefiting the universe too. And that's something that's important to realize. You, your contribution, your presence, exactly who you are, important contribution to the universe. And here is why. You were created to be unique. You were created to be you. You were created to share you. Now, part of that sharing is when you exhale. And part of the sharing is when you inhale. The universe loves that. When you inhale, the universe is happy. When you exhale, the universe is happy. So tune in now to those sparkles of universal consciousness, however you sense them, And as you breathe them in, recognize that you are receiving something, but the universe itself receives something wonderful in that process, in the process of you inhaling and receiving. And get a sense that the universe is happy when you exhale back to the universe. The universe is able to take what you share and do something useful with it. Just the experience of it. So get a sense that consciousness loves your breathing in and breathing out. And get a sense that the consciousness of those particles of universal energy are alive and loving the experience as if you were looking into somebody's eyes, looking into the eyes of a loved one, and just breathing and feeling infinite space and infinite time, just feeling in love. So feel that the universe is in love with you as you breathe in and breathe out, and you are in love with the universe as you breathe in and you breathe out. And get a sense of that, and honor that, and recognize how easy and natural that is. Breathing in universal consciousness. So every time you explore these exercises, you discover more, and it becomes more easy and more natural. It flows easier. You realize that you have the means through breathing consciously to work through situations. Things that had formerly seemed stuck are now able to shift and dissolve and release more easily. Things that you thought you were distant from, you now realize that you can breathe them in. You can have them. And so everything is more natural, more integrated, more safe. In a way, everything is more contained because you recognize that it's not you over here and the universe over there. It's you and the universe here now. Integrated, harmonious. So enjoy that. Thank you for your divine participation. Thank you for everything. And may each breath bring you delight and wonder, health and harmony.